What up, guys? Tommy Kane. How you doing? Um, if you're an artist, a musician, producer in music, um, I don't care, painter, writer, any kind of creative person, I hope that you'll watch this video through because I'm gonna address something that I think all of you should know. Um, some of you may or may not have heard of Bobbi Althoff. Bobbi Althoff is a girl who recently blew up as a podcaster. She made a funny podcast idea where she interviewed people and she acted really awkward and they acted awkward and so on and so forth. That was supposed to be the world's worst podcast vibe basically, but it was a catchy concept. Um Somehow she convinced Drake in a DM to let him or let her interview him. And this resulted in huge amounts of success for her, obviously. She became an instant overnight sensation. She blew up and became really famous and so on. Um, However, during the height of her success, she left her husband, divorced him. She started buying all these nice clothes, getting her face, doing all this stuff like her lips and whatever, trying to like make herself look prettier, getting her hair done, her nails done, which is all great, but you could just kind of tell, I guess, from the surface that she's sort of like the superficiality of it all was really shining through, but we'll get there in a minute. But she ended up leaving her husband, walking away from her family essentially, or breaking up her family because of the success. It was like, well, I'm becoming famous now. Here's the problem though, is that when she interviewed Drake, she admitted that she missed her own child's first birthday. The very first birthday of her baby. Her baby just turned 1. And she wasn't there because she went to interview Drake. Now, don't get me wrong, and this is the point of this video. If the motive behind why she wanted to become successful was powerful, selfless, like if she saw the world in a unique way and wanted to impact people, change lives, become successful so she can be philanthropic, invest in people and do all this great stuff, and really saw the world in a unique way, really sold that message on the people, I would have respected that hustle. I'd have said, man, anybody who's willing to skip out on their first child's birthday to become successful must really, really want to, you know, get that dream fulfilled and really be able to get that message heard, get that message heard. But with Bobbi, there was no message. The message was, and she made it very clear, that her motive behind why she did what she did, meaning podcasting in general, was because she wanted to be rich and famous. She repeats it over and over and over again. I just wanted money. I just wanted money. I did it because I wanted money. I did it because I wanted fame. Now, do I applaud her honesty? Of course. She didn't scam people. She told people the truth. She didn't try to like pack it up in a nice little bow tie and convince everybody that what she did was some, grand thing where it was like, you know, all about, oh, I'm for the world or this and that. She was honest. She was honest. She was like, I did this to get rich. That's why I did it. Um, but the reason why it failed and why she has now failed, because she's now recently just announced, I probably didn't mention this yet, she now recently just today has announced, I believe it was today, it could have been yesterday, but that her show is now done. After about 2 or 3 year run, it's being canceled. All her success is falling apart. Her PR people, her support system, everybody's leaving. It's all burning to the ground. And the reason why I'm making this video and the reason why I'm talking to you guys right now about this is because I want you to realize that nobody cares what you do. Nobody even cares how good you are at it. The only thing that anybody really cares about is why you do it. That's the only thing. That's it. The motive behind why you do what you do is more important than what you do in a major way. So, to give an example, we love Mike Tyson. Why do we always find ourselves rooting for Mike Tyson? No matter who Mike Tyson fights, we're always rooting for Mike Tyson. And the reason why is because we see ourselves in Mike Tyson. We know at the end of the day that his why is to enact pain and revenge on anyone who's ever doubted him. I mean, this is a guy that was in prison as a child. He was abused by his father, beaten by his father, wound up homeless in the streets as a kid, as young as I think like 12 or something, 13, very young. And he wound up in jail at a young age because he was robbing people to survive. And he got, he was not treated well in jail either. And of course, when that coach adopted him and took him under his wing and said, I'm going to take care of you and turn you into a championship fighter, we're going to harness that rage. We're going to harness that rage that you have against everyone that's ever hurt you. And you're going to unleash it in the ring on all of them. And that's the story of the why behind Mike Tyson. And we know that why. And that's why no matter who he fights. Now, when he fought Evander Holyfield, we knew Evander Holyfield was one of the best technical fighters in the world. Probably one of the best ever. One of the best technical fighters of all time. Trained hands, super calculated moves, incredible fighter. Moved with mathematics. I mean, like, the guy was an incredible fighter. But he didn't have a why. He didn't have a why. We didn't know his why. We didn't know anything about Evander Holyfield. We didn't know why he fought. We didn't know what his story was. And that's the reason why we root for Mike Tyson, because we see ourselves in that why. Now, the reason why I'm telling you guys this is because if you're an artist and you're making music, you're only an artist if your motivation is to impact people. If your motivation is to impact people in some kind of way, to invoke an emotional response, to get them to cry, to get them to feel something, to get them to laugh, to get them to maybe think about their life, or to maybe change their view on something, that's art. But if your motive is to be known as the best, like, oh, I want to be the best guitar player, or I want to be the best singer, or I want people to know me, right? Or fame, like, I want to be famous. I want to walk down the street and sign autographs. I want people to know who I am and my name. Or money, like, I want millions of dollars. I want mansions. I want to be able, then you're not making art. You're not making art. You're making a product. And when you make a product, it's very hard to sell a product. We have people at the heights of power in this country, people like the executives of Pepsi and Coca-Cola, people at the executives of like major companies like AT&T or like, whatever, right? These businesses, these CEOs, these executives that graduated from Wharton School of Business and graduated from Ivy League colleges like Princeton and Yale, these guys mastered the art of selling products. They mastered the art of doing it. They're incredible salespeople. They're incredible financial manipulators, or engineers or whatever. But these people specialize in the art of business. And if you're not an artist and you're just making a product and you don't have people at that level on your team, if you're not someone who went to Yale or Princeton or Wharton, or you don't have people around you that did, people that have the real and, top of the line knowledge on how to sell products and real geniuses at business, then it's probably going to fail. But when new bands like Sleep Token, which is one of my favorite new bands out right now, when they come out, And they blew up and they spread all over the world in 3 years. I mean, I discovered them 3.5 years ago, and now they're like one of the most famous bands in the world. No one even knew who they were 3.5 years ago in a very short time. That's because Sleep Token, it's not because they're good at business. It's not because they had Yale grads around them or because they had integral knowledge on how to sell products. It's because they were artists, and people support art. So, to put things into perspective, for the past couple of years in this music industry, entertainment industry, I've been out here for a while now, and everybody here is always on some industry shit with their responses to your stuff, like, you should make a song 3 minutes or less. That's what trends on Spotify. You should have your song start with the chorus. The algorithm likes songs that start with a chorus. It's like everybody's trying to master business. Everybody in the music industry has become an entrepreneur, a business entrepreneur. And it sucks because instead of being an artist, you've become wannabe businessmen and women who are trying to sell products. And you're marketing things that are, your marketing's terrible. A lot of these artists, their marketing's terrible. They don't know what they're doing. They're making stupid ass TikTok videos and dumbass Instagram reels and shit on social media that's really fucking pointless and stupid, like that has nothing to do with anything. Like they think, oh, this will be funny, this'll trend, this'll go viral and get us likes and views. And maybe it will, but you're not an artist. You're a meme producer. You're like a meme factory. Are you trying to make art or are you trying to make a fucking meme? When you go on YouTube and you're trying to make funny videos or TikTok or Instagram, when you go on there and you try to make funny videos, being goofball-y and shit, and like, oh, I'm the singer of a band, but I'm going to make a goofy video and hope it goes viral. So what if it does? Maybe it does. Guess what? That doesn't help your fucking music because nobody gives a shit. Nobody gives a fuck about your music if the reason why they followed you is because you made a stupid, funny video. I'm on TikTok right now, and I have a political channel. I talk a lot about politics. I would never be so confused to think that I'm going to put out one of my songs now that I have 12,000 followers and that they're going to go, wow, this guy's music's great. They didn't follow me because of my music. They followed me because of my political views and analysis. And this is the thing, is that like, even when you're making songs, if you're trying to make songs that are 3 minutes long because the algorithm and you want to put a chorus at the beginning because of the algorithm, you're not trying to make music. You're not an artist. You're a fucking meme creator. You're trying to make a meme. And there's a lot of songs that are memes. There are audio memes that go viral every day on social media. But you know what? Those people fade. They get nothing. You might get some money from it, but they don't have careers. They're not respected. They don't go down in history for changing lives or making music that impacts anybody or like that changes people. They become Bobby Altoffs. They blow up real fast and then fade out real quick because nobody really knew the why. When your songs are just about stupid shit and whatever, and you're just trying to make a meme, you're trying to make a 3-minute meme that'll make the kids sing it on TikTok or make people share it because, you know, I mean, it's like there's even people on Instagram that are doing specifically that. Like, oh, I'm going to make a song that's just like, you know, Elon Musk is so damn greedy, like, and like whatever. And they're like, watch this. I'll make a song about bashing Elon Musk because it's funny. And then, yeah, that goes viral. Sure. Is that what you are? Is that what you are? And are you a singer or are you a podcaster? That's the other thing. A lot of you are being told by, I mean, like even record labels are telling their artists, like, oh, the audience wants to know you. The audience wants to know you. So make videos of yourself just in regular life, like ordering food at the drive-through and like, stuff like that. And it's like, dude, that's not accurate at all. The audience does want to know you, but they don't want to know you like that. It ruins the mystique. Nobody gives a shit about what you're doing in your spare time. Like, no one cares about, oh, I did my nails today and they're taking too long to dry. Hi, I'm that really cool singer that you guys, I make music, but I'm going to be here and talk about my nails because I'm just so cool that everybody cares about what I have to say. No, you're not cool. You're not fucking cool. You're not interesting. You're not cool. You might make good music, and if you make good music, people will listen to it because it's good music, because it's art, because it's beautiful, because it resonates. And if they do, they're going to tell their friends about it. And their friends are going to be like, wow, man, have you heard this song? This resonates. And that's how it goes. And then you trend. You keep it about the music. And you deliver your why through very short statements, through little interviews, little places where people are asking you questions. Why do you do music? Why do you make music every day? And you say, well, I want to make people feel something. I want to change the world. I want to impact people. Sleep Token, speaking of which, has a lyric in one of their songs, I believe it's Caramel, on their latest album, where he says something, I'm going to butcher the line, but it's something about everybody does this for the limelight, but I just want to hear you sing that top line. He's letting you know the why. He doesn't care about the fame. That's why he wears a mask. That's why he hides his identity. And people love that because he's making it about the art. Now, I'm not saying that every artist has to wear a mask and do what they do. There's a million ways to make it about the art. But if you're not making it about the art, if you're just trying to get rich and famous, you're Bobby Altoff. You are Bobby Altoff. And don't be a fucking meme. Be an artist.